Hello, in this video, we are continuing our lessons from this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is video number 16. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. On this channel, I share what I know and what I continue to learn. If you are new, my name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And the videos I record, I share business tips, YouTube tips, and human online tips. That's through affiliate marketing, motivation, and recently I added books. I talk about very good books like this Rich Dad Poor Dad one, which I'm discussing today. And please, if all the things I mentioned sound interesting, or even if you found just one interesting, especially the motivation, and because those are meant for everyone, please consider subscribing and sharing these videos and this message and supporting this message with empowerment, taking a step to make our lives better. For you who has already decided that you are part of this community, I appreciate you very much. And I hope you subscribed and everything is in order and you are sharing. We have a big goal here of 10,000 subscribers at the end of Feb. It's not there yet. The last time I checked, we need like 1,500 more, and we have just a few days. So please, support this message. And today, we are continuing with the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, a very unique and great book if you want to master finances. And this is video number 16. Video number 16, but please, for you who is new, I have all the previous videos from number 1 to 15. They are all together in a playlist I call Lessons from that I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. And I also have a pinned comment, a comment I put on top, and have the link to those videos. Also a link in the description. Also a link at the end of this video. See, all those areas have the link. And for those of you who want to know how to get this book, there's a free audio I'll share at the end of this video, and how you get it, and also if you want the physical book. But before I continue, in fact, the lesson, by the way, this is the second last video on the lesson, in chapter 1 and lesson 1, which is the rich don't work for money. The video number 17, I'll try my best to make sure it's the last one on this lesson and that chapter, so that we can move on to the second lesson, which I'll announce in the next video when I finish lesson 1. Before we do anything, we need to remind ourselves who's Rich Dad, who's Robert Kiyosaki. He is a self-made millionaire, entrepreneur, educator, investor, with a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time. And I keep saying that person could be you. Please support this message and share it with others. We want to create a community of people who are aware of money. I mean, aware. We all know we want money, but we may have these feelings, like the way Robert described, that are not good. So we want to learn how to deal with money the right way. And then as we teach our children and grandchildren, maybe things will change. Okay. That's Robert Kiyosaki. Why is the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad? It's because he learned lessons by watching two dads. His real dad, who was a very intelligent man, very well educated, with a PhD, and he was a superintendent of education. And then that's the poor dad. That's his real dad. The second dad was the one he called the rich dad, was actually a friend's dad. His friend was Robert's friend at school. And this rich dad actually left school at the age of 13. And he was in 8th grade and ended up to be one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. So that's why the story is fascinating. And we are learning every page of this book. There is something important. So I have to tell you that today, I'm skipping a little bit, or this book will never be finished. So I already marked the areas I'm skipping, and I will tell you that I just skipped because I wanted to make sure the next lesson will be the end of the next video will be the end of lesson 1, chapter 1. When we ended, this is video number 16. When we ended video number 15, this is what was happening. Rich Dad had talked to the boys for a long time. They covered a lot of topics. And the boys, but I noted here that Robert, finally, that's Robert Kiyosaki, realized that Rich Dad wanted the boys to widen their view, to see what many others in the world could not see about money. So, we are continuing this discussion. They're still talking. He's still talking. It's still going on. But it's about to end that talk that we're doing. So I'm going to the book. When you see me read the book, it means they are like communicating. But when you see me read like for these notes, I got the notes out earlier. So what happened next? What happened next was Rich Dad continuing. You know the past 3 videos, I think you are seeing this some conversation going on, right? So he says, he's talking to boys, Robert and Mike. Mike is his real son. Robert is a friend's son. So you see, we are all employees ultimately. You cannot imagine Richard saying that, but he just did. We just work at different levels. So he said, I just want you boys to have a chance to avoid the trap caused by those 2 emotions. Remember, he was discussing the emotions of fear and desire. So use them in your favor, not against you. That's what I want to teach you. I'm not interested in just teaching you to make a pile of money. That won't handle the fear of desire. If you don't first handle fear and desire, and you get rich, you'll only be a highly paid slave. So, how do we avoid the trap? I asked. That's Robert asking. And Rich Dad is answering. The main cause of poverty or financial struggle is fear and ignorance. Not the economy or the government or the rich. It's self-inflicted fear and ignorance that keep people trapped. So you boys, go to school and get your college degrees, and I'll teach you how to stay out of the trap. I'm skipping. Remember, I announced today I'm skipping. I skip. And especially if he's like repeating himself and I feel like there's nothing new much, I skip. So I'm skipping. And this is what's next. Mike is asking. So, you've been talking about the fear of not having money. How does the desire for money affect our thinking? Now, Rich Dad is responding. How did you feel when I tempted you with the pay raise? Did you notice your desires rising? They nodded. By not giving in to your emotions, you are able to delay your reactions and think. That's important. We will always have emotions of fear and greed. From here on in, it's imperative for you to use those emotions to your advantage. And for the long term, to not let your emotions control your thinking. Now, I'm skipping again because he tends to sort of say similar things. I'm skipping until I get to this point. Okay, they said Rich Dad went on to explain that a human's life is a struggle between ignorance and illumination. He explained that once a person stops searching for information and self-knowledge, ignorance sets in. That struggle is a moment-to-moment decision to learn to open or close one's mind. I strongly believe in that. When I talk here on this channel, I call it, that's me talking now. I call it personal development. Without personal development, you keep learning and gaining more knowledge and updating yourself. That's what he's talking about. Okay, look, school is very important. You go to school, you learn a skill or profession to become a contributing member of society. Every culture needs teachers, doctors, mechanics, artists, cooks, business people, police officers, firefighters, and soldiers. School trained them so society can thrive and flourish, said Rich Dad. Unfortunately, for many people, school is the end, not the beginning. I'm skipping. And then she says, I've been a little cruel today, but I want you to always remember this talk. Never forget that fear and desire can lead you into life's biggest trap if you are not aware of them, controlling your thinking. To spend your life living in fear, never exploring your dream, is cruel. To work hard for money, thinking that it will buy you things that will make you happy, is also cruel. To wake up in the middle of the night, terrified about paying bills, is a horrible way to live. To live a life dictated by the size of a paycheck is not really living a life. Thinking that a job makes you secure is lying to yourself. That's cruel. And that's the trap I want you to avoid. That's the trap I want you to avoid. I've seen how money runs people's lives. Don't let that happen to you. Please don't let money run your life. And now I skipped just a little bit, but yeah. So Robert asked, so what does ignorance have to do with greed and fear? Rich Dad says, because it is ignorance about money that causes so much greed and fear. Let me give you some examples. A doctor wanting more money to better provide for his family raises his fees. By raising his fees, it makes healthcare more expensive for everyone. It hurts the poor people the most, so they have worse health than those with money. Because the doctors raise their fees, the attorneys raise their fees too. Because the attorneys' fees have gone up, school teachers want a raise, which raises our taxes, and on and on. Soon, there'll be such a horrifying gap between the rich and the poor that chaos will break out and another great civilization will collapse. History proved that great civilizations collapse when the gap between the haves and have-nots is too great. Sadly, America is on that same course because we haven't learned from history. We only memorize historical dates and names, not the lesson. Then Robert asked, aren't prices supposed to go up? In an educated society with a well-run government, prices should actually come down. Of course, that's often only true in theory. Prices go up because greed and fear caused by ignorance. Prices go up because of greed and fear caused by ignorance. If schools taught people about money, there would be more money and lower prices. But schools focus only on teaching people to work for money, not how to harness money's power. But don't we have business schools? Mike asked. And haven't you encouraged me to go for my MBA? Yes, said Rich Dad. But all too often, business schools train employees to become sophisticated bean counters. Bean counter. Heaven forbid, a bean counter takes over business. All they do is look at the numbers, fire people, and kill the business. I know this because I hire bean counters. All they think about is cutting costs and raising prices, which cause more problems. Bean counting is important. I wish more people knew it, but it too is not the whole picture, he added angrily. So, is there an answer? Yes. Learn to use your emotions to think, not think with your emotions. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. The solution is learn to use your emotions to think, not to think with your emotions. When you boys master your emotions by agreeing to work for free, I knew there was hope. When you again resisted your emotion when I tempted you with more money, you are again learning to think in spite of being emotionally charged. That's the first step. Instead of being emotionally charged. That's the first step. So I'm going to stop there for lesson 16, but he had something he marked here, which I need to read. He said, that's Robert, that in his 2016 U.S. presidential election or presidential bid, Senator Bernie Sanders stated, wealth and income inequality is the biggest moral crisis facing Americans today. That's Senator Bernie Sanders, if you're familiar with him. Said wealth and income inequality is the biggest moral crisis facing Americans today. That's going to be the end of 16, except for the new people. For the new ones, I always mention at the end. I talk about my channel, the schedule, and also show you how to get this audio for free for 30 days. So as for the channel, I'm here daily, 1 p.m. US Eastern Time, reading this book, going through this book, and more books. Assuming grow a community, only if you grow a community. I have a few more days to make that decision. If you love what I'm doing here, we can finish this and read another one. But I think I'll have to summarize a little more. I went too slowly. That's what's going to happen. Next video, I'm finishing lesson 1, chapter 1. And then we'll start another lesson because he has 6 lessons. Now, on this channel, daily, 1 p.m. USA Eastern, please check your local listings. Except on Friday at the same time, I come live. Please come live. It's fun. Just ask me anything. Although this Friday, this would be number 6. The first 5, I made them private. But this time, I'll keep this one on the channel so that people who come later, they can also see what we did. Fun, a little bit. And I'll be a little bit more serious in the middle because I'll have to share a topic that's serious. Because before we were just chatting and that's it. I'll share a little bit, but this time maybe 10, at least 10, 15 minutes. I'll have like a topic to cover for this next one. Please join me, mark your calendars, Friday 9, I keep saying 9, no, 1 p.m. USA Eastern Time. You know, I'm originally from Uganda, so I convert hours always. I'm converting them like that. So 9 p.m. in Uganda, but 1 p.m. my time. That's the time for the books and the time for the live on Friday. And then on Thursdays and Sundays, 30 minutes earlier, I come with like YouTube tips, business tips, and on Sunday, motivation. So please keep around, click on the notification to know what's going on here. And when you say notification, please check it. Some of these videos are premiered, so they're not coming immediately. Like have a few minutes to wait. And please remember to come. Now, how do you get this one? You get it audio form free. I have a link in the description that takes you to Amazon Audible. In fact, I have a connection through my website. But when you sign up, you get it free for 1 month. Make sure you're signing up for Plus, Premium Plus, I think is what they call it, so that you get to, it's a premium book. It's a Premium Plus book. I think that's what they call it. Make sure you have what they call a free credit, so you can watch 1 month for free. But if we get to grow this community, I'll share my link, my password with the people who are committed, so you can listen whatever you want for free, including podcasts. Okay, that's my video today, video number 16. Video number 17 will come and we're going to end lesson 1, the rich don't work for money. That will be my next video. Please like and leave a comment. I'm hoping you're going to like. If you don't like, do that. For me, I don't mind it. I know what I'm doing here is great. So, but if you don't like it, it's okay. I haven't seen a thumb down, but if you put it, it's okay, if that's what you think. And leave an honest comment. What do you think about what Rich Dad is teaching and what we are doing here? Like I always end them, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your family. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.